Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Today we are doing an unboxing and we are going to take a look at this, the AMT Mod Rod Boss Roadster, also titled Model A 29 Ford Roadster. And look, 2-in-1, two complete cars. Okay, so I'm really excited to show you this one. Most of us, if we've been building model cars, we're familiar with the 2-in-1 kits and 3-in-1 kits. A lot of the older muscle car kits and 50s and 60s car kits came with two versions. You could build sometimes three versions. It's usually stock, maybe drag, maybe custom, street machine. Here we get two complete cars. So I have actually taken a look inside this one already. I've got the parts washed and ready for assembly and paint. So without further ado, let's have a look. So we've got this nice illustration on the front here, which shows the stock 29 Ford Roadster in the background there, and then I guess the Mod Rod Boss Roadster here, which looks to me like a sort of 1960s style custom sort of thing, or 60s style hot rod, the sort of thing you'd see on a Beach Boys album cover. Two kits in one, awesome. So on this side of the box we have more illustrations, very nice. AMT's 29 Model A is complete with a cartload of cool customizing components. Love it. So you can build it as an early rod with souped up stock engine, which is what I think we're seeing here. Sort of a 1930s racer, I guess that would be. And then we've got what looks here to me again like a sort of 1960s style custom version. A-bone Street Pal V8 with dual quads and headers. We all have some of that, don't we? Only from the cats at AMT. Excellent. Same illustration there. And then on this side of the box, we've got shots of the components that will build the stock 29 Model A Roadster. We've got those skinny wire wheels. There's the original style chassis, that Fender running board assembly there. The bodywork, Roadster bodywork, up or down top versions, 4-cylinder engine there as well. Great, okay, let's see what comes in here. Oh, on the back, before we do that, I think we have, some general info and a parts diagram, and, if I can keep hold of the box, look at this, the QR code and Ford official licensed product. I scanned that, and it was a kind of scratch card type game that it took me to, which was pretty cool. Okay. Let's have a look at what comes in here. As I said, I've already taken this one, taken the parts out of the box of this one to get them ready for assembly, but it did come with the usual poly bags, foam sheets in there as well. Everything to keep everything separate and in good condition. Instruction sheet, let's take a look at that in a moment. First of all, let's get in here and we'll see what we actually get. So clear pieces, I'll leave these in here. I like to leave the clear pieces packaged until I actually assemble them. So we've got a windshield, a different windshield there, a less tall windshield, so I assume that is for a custom version. Headlamp glasses, large. Headlamp glasses, small. I assume we're looking up there, and I think these are quarter lights there. Okay, great. Oh, a piece of clear there, piece of clear plastic, and then these tiny red tail lights as well. Nice. What else? So we then have several different tyres, and we've got 4 metal axles. 4 axles because, of course, we're going to build 2 cars. So I need to get my knife out here so we can take a look at these tyres. Okay, what do we get? So first of all, in the tyres, super skinny tyre there. Very old-fashioned looking tread pattern, if you can focus on that. Very simple tread pattern on the tread, and then this kind of chunky, almost a lug style pattern on the sidewall. I don't know the ins and outs of that particular design. All I'll say is that to me it looks old, which you would expect it would be. What else have we got here? Different tyres for different versions. We have, okay, wow. Right, we've got what looks like a narrow slick tyre there. Yeah, with that pattern around the edge. I think that's what you would call a pie crust slick. I think I'm right in saying. Hey, look at this. Look at that printed sidewall detail, Firestone. Excellent, that looks great, doesn't it? We've then got a big fat slick tyre, perhaps a slightly more modern design than that one we just saw, the Firestone. This one with Goodyear printing and look at that, the blue line along the wall. Look at that detail. Look at that straight out of the box. That's awesome. And we're not talking about Fujimi or any kind of, anything claiming to be super high detail. And then finally we've got this variety of just regular road tyre, I suppose, from the 1960s, I guess, with that sort of pattern on. So definitely not from 1929, something a bit more modern than that. Great. Okay, right, what else do we have? There's a lot in here. So onto the chrome pieces. What have we got? I think probably a chrome bulkhead firewall, chrome cam covers with, I think that's Dodge written on there. Yep, so that's obviously for the V8 engine. We've got a grille piece, got a dashboard piece. Not sure what we're looking at there. What's that? I don't know. Oil pan, we've got chrome headers, we've got chrome axle pieces. Lots going on there. Headlamp cans. Awesome. Okay, twin chrome air cleaners I think we've got there. Those look like probably fuel tank supports. Great. What else? We have, oh nice, look at that. Look at those chrome wheel caps. Chrome wheels with chrome wheel caps. You could have fun there, painting the wheel rims white or black or red. And leaving the caps chrome. That could look pretty good. We've got a chrome axle here with prop shaft and these kind of, what would you call those, sort of stabilizer bars. We've got what looks like a Fender. I guess that would be the stock Fender from 29. More headlamp cans there. And we've got, I think those are probably the rear bumper, rear Nerf bars there. Chrome grille piece there, chrome grille shell, good. Final chrome tree, nice looking chrome steel wheels there. They look good. Again, you could have fun with those. And I think what have we got there? Another grill. Another axle. And chromed up steering gear. I assume that to be pretty good. Okay. Right, now we're back to 1929 with those wire wheels, two-piece wheels, and I think that's the spare that goes together as well. And a painted or paintable grille shell. We have the engine and transmission halves for the V8, together with the intake manifold and the heads. I think carbs there. Got a radiator there. Good. Oh, I think seat belts here as well. What else? We've got, okay, on this one we have the stock standard fender and running board assembly there on a nice one-piece base that sort of ties the whole build together, I assume. A little bit of flash there, but hey, who's counting really? Another axle there, similar to the chrome one. Another bulkhead. I think these might be brake assemblies, perhaps for a more modern version, not too sure. Axle piece there, obviously goes with that axle piece. What next? We've got an up hood. And I think this might be a custom version with these kind of strips molded in. Yeah, it looks like a custom hood to me. Could be wrong. Custom top. Okay, right. So we now have what looks like a custom fender and running board assembly there. Those don't look like stock fenders to me. So that would be for one of the that would be for the rod version, I guess. Although not the fenderless example on the front of the box, that would be for this main machine in red here with the full fenders. And we have an interior tub with seat molded in. And this square piece, not too sure what that is. Okay. What else? We've got wheel back components. We've got a steering wheel there. I think this is a fuel tank, a sort of a moon style tank. We saw the chrome end caps for that earlier on. We've got a hood, bonnet. I think that is a custom version. We have, okay, yeah, we've got then what I think of the stock hood there with the louvers in the sides and the joint on the top. Okay, good. We've got this bucket style bodywork here, which I guess would match up with this, something like that, only a little better obviously. So yeah, that's just a two-door open bucket style body. We've got this two-door open roadster style body with this rounded trunk. Yeah, so that's going to go along with the stock hood, like so, I assume. We've got, I'm not sure what this is. It looks like a sort of pickup part that would go with, or perhaps go behind this bucket body. But then it's not exactly a pickup, is it? I don't know what that is. It looks like a custom piece. I'm not sure. Perhaps the instructions will tell us more about that. We're getting into the bottom of the plastic now. So we've got engine ancillaries here, belts, pulleys, an oil pan, old looking head there. Only one. I hope there's another one in the box somewhere. Oh no, there is. Of course there is only one head because this is the 4-cylinder engine, right? So it just has the one head. That makes sense. And then we've got this little carbon manifold setup here as well. Very sweet. It might be quite nice to do the 4-cylinder for a change. Okay, we've got two frames there. So you've got your stock and custom frames there. Need to refer to the instructions to establish which is which. And the final plastic sprue has, okay, what I assume would be the stock top for the Ford A Roadster and the down version as well with the cover over. Got the other interior bucket, again with seat moulded in. The sort of front scuttle with windshield attached, that looks like the stock version. Stock steering wheel, I think we're looking at there. Stock radiator, sure, that looks like an older type of radiator. Pulleys for the V8 engine, I assume we're looking at there. In fact, that looks like a supercharger pieces there, so that would be pulleys for the supercharger, I think. Yeah. Okay, interesting. We then have a Decals sheet, so let's have a look at that. What's on the Decals sheet? I didn't see many decals on the box illustration, so I'm not sure what we're going to get in here. Okay, this is the first time I've looked at this. So we've got some sort of stripes. We've got the King's Custom Body. They're quite nice. These look like sort of the sort of things you'd see on a rat rod or a shop truck or something like that. They're quite interesting. Racing numbers there. I guess this is the sort of old style racing number for if you want to do the 30s vintage style racer. You've got various product and sponsorship decals. You've got some slightly sort of Celtic or tribal style decals there that you could use for a custom job. Yeah, more kind of sponsorship stuff there. AMT, it's quite sweet. Various license plates there as well. Okay, that's quite interesting. That's quite nice. Right, let's have a look at the instructions. Finally, a worryingly thin feeling instruction sheet here compared to all the components we've just looked at. There doesn't seem to be too much here. Wow. Okay, so we have mod rod. We've got, I think, a black and white copy of the box art illustration. Paint color guide there. Okay, great. And the licensed brands there. Okay, so in we go. Right. Okay, so what they're going to do is each stage and then do it for the different versions. So stock and vintage racing, so we're talking about the 29 model or soon after. Yeah, this is at the top here. The 4-cylinder engine halves go together, head goes on. You've got an option there as to how you set that up so that you can have dual carbs as your intake, or you can use the intake, which looks as if it's included as part of the carbon manifold setup. Belt assembly goes on there. Okay. Under that, there's then the street rod version, which has the supercharger on top. Yep, and the belts for that one as well. And that's to create the Avenger option, the Avenger. If you want to put that on, you fit the blower. Okay. Then we're onto wheels. So fairly straightforward there. Again, you choose what you want to put on. Stock is just the stock wire wheels with the skinny tyres and little hubcaps. Street rod, you've got two front Firestone tyres, And then your options there for the back are the Blue Streak slicks or the Firestone narrow slicks that we saw earlier. Great. Lots of fun deciding what to do there. Stock and vintage racing goes together, so you've got your stock frame, axle, and suspension components. Fair amount of detail there, actually. Drag link and drag link and sort of you've got the exhaust part, tie rod and wishbone. Yeah, reasonable amount of detail there, actually. I was expecting the kit to be a bit simpler, but it's pretty good. What have we got on the street rod mod rod version? That's what you've got there. So you've got your separate frame for that version with the chrome axles that we saw before, chrome lower suspension, etc. And on the street rod Avenger version, you use some of those same components by the looks of it. Okay, right. It'd be very important to refer to the part numbers when you're building this. I mean, it generally is anyway, but you really are going to need to make sure which option you're building and you're using the right parts for it. So final assemblies. Well, that was quick. There's a lot going on in that illustration. Yeah. Okay, so that's something you're going to want to work on in steps, I would suggest, but that's where everything comes together. On the stock and vintage racing version, that frame with the skinny wheels goes on. You've got that fender and running board assembly that goes on, together with the bumper, headlamp assemblies, the roadster body, the hood. That interior tub goes in there. Lots of pieces. I would recommend doing some test fits before you get too much into any of that. You don't want to go so far and then find out, for example, that you can't get the interior tub in when you've got the rest of it put together. Okay, over the page, final assemblies for mod rod version. We've got the sort of custom top there that goes onto that custom interior tub, which goes into that bucket body. And you've got the custom fender setup there as well, with the long front fenders and the grille there that goes on. Optional Nerf bars, okay, cool. And that all goes together onto that assembled mod rod frame. Final assemblies in for the Avenger version. This uses the Roadster body instead of the bucket. It has the erected top, the up top or the down top from the stock version if you want to use those. That goes together, and you've got the stock grille rather than the mod rod grille, and you've got the standard stock fender and running board assembly going on to the custom frame there, I guess. So that's interesting. There's a lot of different ways of slicing and dicing, and that's it. That's the entire show done with. I think it's pretty interesting. You're going to need to put some thought into which version you want to do, because there are two complete models in there, but some of the variants you can do share components. So you're going to need to make a choice. For example, you can't have two cars with a stock top. And you can't have two V8s. Okay, that's it for the mod rod. I'm looking forward to building this one. I've washed the parts already because I'm going to start building straight away. I think this looks really good fun. I'm probably going to do the stock version first and then get onto a custom version. And I'll make sure that I come back and show you how I get on. Thank you very much for watching.